Go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are live on a Sunday night, ready to give you some podcasts. And find us everywhere you get podcasts. Search The Black Guy Who Tips. Leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like to read those whenever we do our feedback show. We just did one yesterday. It was awesome to hear that you guys had nice things to say about us, all right? The official weapon of the show is the folding chair. And the unofficial sport, bullet ball extreme. And yeah, plenty of stuff to talk about. I guess I'll start first with this. Karen, do you have any banter?
I do.
All right, here we go. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
All right, Karen, hit us with some banter.
We was out to eat the other day, and I happened to look out the window, and I seen a real life live Instagram / TikTok runner. like she was like running, and at the same time she was running. I do not know how she did it. She was running, and I seen her, and she was running. She had her arms up in the air, just talking out loud, and she was just going. I was like, oh my gosh, you didn't fall, smack your face. I mean, I mean, well, your eyes, ma'am.
Yeah,
like, this seems dangerous.
I guess I never really thought about that much, but yeah, when you see people online that walk and talk and or do Instagram live while they're exercising and stuff, yeah, they are looking at the phone, and if they're holding it, like, they're not looking at what's in front of them. Yeah, I mean, I feel like social media has become so huge. I see people on social media all the time now, in that like today I was picking up some food from Panda Express on my way home, because after the gym sometimes you need protein, and like Panda Express has like a couple chicken dishes that's just chicken and vegetables, and it's like protein and vegetables. So I'm like, cool, I'll just get that.
Right.
Anyway, I was leaving out of the Panda Express, and I looked over, and there was a woman in her car, and she like had her phone attached to like something on her steering wheel, and she like was making these really like cute faces or whatever. And I was like, I wasn't trying to stare, but like my brain was trying to compute like, what's like, no one else is in the car, she's talking, she's doing it, and I was like, oh, you know what, like, maybe she one of them people that eat the food and be on TikTok like, guys, you gotta try the new honey chicken or whatever the fuck.
That shit be throwing me off. I don't know if I'm old or what, but I'm like, the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, I see it all the time. You know, I don't. And what's interesting is I am of an age where I have to be very intentional about it. Like, it's not a second nature type of thing for me. Right. So like, even when I post the workout videos that I make of myself at the gym, sometimes it's me by myself. I don't have like a tripod. I haven't truly invested in like, I'm gonna do something with this.
Right.
But it's more like I'm already in here, and it's normally if nobody else is in there. Like every once in a while, I'll be a few people in there, but it's normally at a not busy time. And then I'll just post like a few seconds of each one, and then you can go to Instagram and make it a reel. But even then, like, I have to like consciously think about it. Like, I have to be like, oh yeah, I need to make that video today. If not, I won't just like pop on it. But yeah, it is interesting when you see that in the wild, you know, the Instagram boyfriends and all that stuff. You go somewhere and there's like a girl who's like looking super cute, posing. He's not even in the picture. He just
Instagram boyfriend is wild. When you see him out like in the wild, you're like, oh my gosh.
When I go walking at the park, that pond is pretty photogenic, and a lot of people take pictures there. And I mean, we say Instagram boyfriend, you know, just in general, but you see the homies taking pictures of they homie. Like, I saw one, like these two dudes, and like, I'm only saying, I don't know them, I'm only saying this to describe the vibe, so that people won't be like, oh well, maybe they didn't have like a couple vibe, like we are boyfriends and we're here together.
For friends,
they seem like homies and then one of them he was kind of tall and like maybe he wanted to be a model or something, but then the other one just started taking pictures of him by the pond with the pond in the background and shit, and I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, you know, I mean, now look, maybe they were boyfriends, I'm not, that's still dope, but it was just like, oh man, social media is such a part of our lives now that you might be like, yo, get the homie, yo, take this picture of me real quick. I need to put it on the gram for the people. And I think also a lot of people put a lot more thought into what's on their Instagram than I do. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Like the background got to be right.
I'm not precious about it. I don't really care that enough. Like I'll take a picture of myself leaving the gym, and I can look a mess. Like it's not a picture of a flex, and I know
I'm
people.
I'm not trying to beat my face to the gods and all that stuff.
Yeah, like in conjunction with like say Bomani, who posts like once every 7 months, and it's always some type of flex. Like it's never just a like, this is what I have for dinner. It's got to be like a, you know, I just want a Peabody or something. You know, look at me
accomplishing shit.
I'm in Amsterdam, whatever. Like it's got to be something huge. Speaking of Panda Express, man, when I went in there was this dude that was waiting on his food, and he seemed to be pretty upset, and he was in front of me, and I was just kind of annoyed because he was holding up the line, and so he was like, I ordered this food, it's not ready. And so the woman was like, let me see your order, and she looked at it, and then she's like, we don't have an order for you. And he was like, well, I put it in on the app. And she was like, okay, let me see. Yeah, this is not the right location. You need to go to the different location.
We've had that happen
and this
before.
Motherfucker was like, so?
I'm not cooking your food. You didn't order it.
He was like,
here.
So? And I was like, oh my God. And he was so mad. And then he was like, well, I need to speak to a manager. Now at this point, he's causing everyone behind him to like be waiting extra long on their food, which is ready because they did order from the right location on the right app.
Right. We're not recooking eating their food calls.
I didn't get to see the conclusion. Someone else came over and gave my food, but I just kept thinking to myself, like, it's crazy how people think being more upset and having an attitude is more important than being right.
Yes.
Because this is what happens when we say the customer is always correct. Because you empower assholes like this. Because if it was me, I would have taken that L. Yeah. Now I know that some people be like, but Rod, they could do. I hear what you're saying, but if I fucked up,
right?
If they don't want to help me out, like if they don't offer themselves, like if I don't say, oh man, I ordered from the wrong location, and they don't say, oh, it's okay, we can figure it out. I'm leaving the door, going to the wrong location, or going back home and being like, fuck, I didn't get my food today because I fucked up.
Order, whatever,
I made a mistake.
Yes, that's
customer service through the app, maybe. Hey, I fucked up. Can y'all give me a credit? It's not, I'm sorry. I'm sure it happens all the time, but it was crazy how righteous this guy felt, like how indignant he was with this woman. He's getting an attitude with her, and she never got an attitude back. It was just like, sir, what do you want us to do? Like,
right, the error was on you.
Yeah,
like,
and it made
error was ours, it would be different.
It really made me wonder if he was like scamming, like if he just had a screenshot from, or he did that on purpose or something. It's crazy. Like, anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Two things. Number one, you made me think of when I had went to the zoo in Central Park, and I was taking pictures and all that stuff, and randomly it was like this white girl. They were like, we was kind of in the same area most of the time, and she said something I never thought of. She was like, I think about being online, and she was like, I don't know how many pictures like in the world that I'm randomly in the background of, and I don't even know. And I was like, that's a good point, because we, like you said, we always walking around, people always taking pictures, they always snapshotting of us. I was like, yeah, and I thought about it, I was like, I'm probably randomly in a lot.
I mean, we all do it to each other all the time
too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we at the game or whatever, you taking selfies of somebody sitting behind you,
Yeah, that, and then number two, you made me think about we ordered from a place, and Roger ordered a cinnamon muffin. And I think the first time we ordered it, they didn't have it, but they didn't have it in the bag. But this time we checked the food. I went back in, and the dude was like, "Oh, my bad." He was like, "I'm sorry. here you go, and it wasn't a problem or anything like that. But it just made me think
it's normally not. I mean, now of course that's not our bad, you know what I'm saying. But I just don't know how having an attitude adds anything to the situation.
Right, I didn't go in huffing and puffing and angry. In fact, he probably thought I was like a DoorDash delivery person, because he was like, "Oh, thank you for catching that," you know, because you know a lot of people they call, they angry,
and I was hot about it the first time he did it, and I didn't get my cinnamon muffin. But guess what? I just took the L. I was back home. It's all right. The world will keep moving.
Yeah, and I was thinking cinnamon muffin must be something y'all don't do like automatically.
Well, they had these options, and it's like get the cheese and hash brown thing, which I'm sure everybody gets.
Yes.
But I was like, I would like to try this thing. I never seen a cinnamon muffin on the menu. Let me try it. So anyway, what else you got?
Let me see. Do I have anything else?
Oh, if you don't, I'm sorry. I'll keep going.
No problem. Because the other things were like random thoughts based off of your other comments. Oh,
okay. That's fine.
I was just thinking about this because I watch a lot of Isekai anime, and
Isekai anime, for people that don't know, is basically like a character is transported to a new world, and they basically have to start over life. Somehow, and it's very much like playing a video game in most of these worlds. It's a lot of action, or just like think of a video game, think of how you start a new character. It's kind of like it becomes an allegory for that. Go ahead.
Right. And I started thinking, like, if I was to ever be an isekai, like, what kind of person would I be? I actually first, like, if you ever could, like, be an isekai, like, person, like, and you had the option to kind of choose, how, like, what would you choose? Like, would you be, I want to be an adventurer, I want to be a farmer, like.
It depends. Yeah, I guess it would depend on what kind of world it was, and what kind of fucking gimmick they gave me. So
that's true, too.
I wouldn't pick one with a weird gimmick. Like, I'm a washing machine. Like, fuck those. Those are immediately taken off of the list.
They do got a good one that I got reincarnated as a vending machine. It's actually great. They're in season 2. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. You watch them all.
Yes,
you think they're all great.
That shit's fun.
I would, so none of the gimmick ones like that. If there is a gimmick, it has to be something like, I'm in an adventure and I can only use my knife or some shit like that. I can only use my shield, or like Shield Hero. I think I could do one of those, but honestly, I would prefer not to be in an action adventure one. I think I would want to do one of the like cozy game ones. Like the dude that got reincarnated, and then he started training slimes, and then he opened up like a fucking a laundromat.
I watched that shit 3. That's one of my favorite ones, because like it's nothing happening.
It's super chill.
Yes.
Everybody for the most part ends up meaning well. The bad people aren't killing people and shit. So I think I would choose to be Buddy from the slime guy, where I'm just like a super chill, like I have all the knowledge from my previous life. I'm a kid, but this is not a world where I need to go out and kill or fight or be killed.
Yes.
What about you?
I was thinking about that. I think I would kind of be the one. I seen one where a girl, she was she could jump between worlds, which means she could jump between the new world and her old world. So I would do something like that, where you can kind of go back and forth like between the worlds, where like you said, you have your knowledge, so things from my world that would be more advanced than they have there, and make money, like kind of on both worlds. Type of thing. So kind of not trying to funny, regardless of which one you decide to settle in, you kind of be set financially for life. Yeah. Type of thing.
Yeah, those are cool too, where they just have like knowledge that the people don't have. And they're always constantly innovating and getting credit. Although that feels a little like stolen valor to show up and be like, I invented TVs on this planet. I'm like, did you though, or you just knew how a TV worked?
Yeah, they was like, I actually didn't. Use the spices in food, because a lot of times they be like, oh, y'all food is bland.
Right.
What's happening here? Y'all ain't got no curry, nothing.
Right. I feel like action crime shows severely overestimate how many big crime deals are going down at the docks every night.
It's a lot of crimes at the docks, apparently.
Like, does everybody, y'all know we have docks in real life and people work there?
Yeah, we do.
Does everybody know that that's not where the crime, like, we never look on the news and be like, there was a shootout at Pier 49 last night. It's right. It never happens.
Shootout on the docks.
if as many people was dying at the docks as TV shows make it seem like,
the docks is a bloody ass place,
we would stop all imports and exports from all territories, because we would be
gang
like
wars at the docks.
The fucking Yakuza's down at the docks fighting the mob.
Right.
Like why
Crips took over the docks.
Right. Like I don't think crime is really happening at the docks.
Not on that level, no.
I'm watching this show and I don't think it's good, and I don't think I like it. But it's such a clusterfuck of cliche ideas and tropes, and it's the kind of show you can watch while you're on your phone. You can leave the room, come back, like it, because nothing's happening too fast, and the twists and turns ain't that deep.
Right.
I think it's called Countdown. It's on Amazon Prime. And I don't think it's good, although everyone in the show is super hot. Like it's like they won't cast. They killed the one kind of average looking guy immediately. Like everybody else is just like a model, which is like I don't think
you ain't beautiful enough.
Yeah, I got a feeling not everyone who works for the FBI and the LAPD is fucking like a 10. But that's fine.
No, that's not a true statement.
That's fine. I ain't mad at it. Like I get that these are actors and this is the cliche. But nigga, they had a motherfucking shootout at the docks like a couple episodes, and I was like, what is up with the docks?
The docks is a dangerous place.
Daredevil, Batman, everybody down at the fucking docks.
Yes.
Hey, criminals, if you're listening, stop doing crimes at the docks. You'll probably be able to get away with a lot more shit if you just stop doing the crimes at the same fucking meeting location every time.
Right, and then I know like Batman like leave him like tied up in the docks, and they come back and the criminals are just hanging from poles and shit.
I just feel like soon as Batman shows up, someone should be like, why did we pick the docks?
I told you we should do the park. I got vetoed. Fuck.
That's the sketch right there.
Right.
The sketch is the meeting before the Batman shows up.
Yes, where they voting on it and
where
shit.
It's like, hey man, so we got this deal going down. We should do the arms exchange at the docks, and then people being like, no, not the fucking docks. Every time we do the docks, Batman show up and he break our legs.
Yes.
I got 2 concussions because of the fucking docks.
I'm tired of the doctor bills. My insurance don't cover that shit.
Right. We don't have health care in the mob. What's wrong with y'all? He basically just fucking sits and waits for us at the pier. He probably just waiting on us right now. He don't even be knowing what's in the box no more.
Right.
He didn't do no research. He just like, it's the
box.
It's the docks.
He got infrared and shit. You know we gonna lose.
Right. I bet Batman done beat up some regular longshoremen and shit that just was working.
Doing that was on the clock.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's the docks. I thought normally it's a crime. So you can't. Hey, look, it's kind of on me. It's kind of on you.
Yeah, it's kind of on you. Wear your badge next time. Make sure your badge is visible so I can see it.
Yeah, I just assume you deserve a concussion.
When you wear baggy clothes like that, I assume that you are under in the criminal organizations.
Right. You have more?
You go on.
Okay, I got a couple more.
Go ahead.
Some of these are quick. I got an email from a news outlet today that said breaking. It was like breaking news, and then at the bottom, then it said "Don't miss," and then the title of the article was "Man shot to death," and I was like, "That's phrasing. That's some bad phrasing. Don't miss, man shot to death," because it works on 2 levels.
Yeah,
obviously, the person that shot him didn't miss.
No, they did not.
And then secondly, like, are y'all saying his family don't miss him? Like, let's work on our news article phrasing.
This sounds insensitive.
Yeah, it's like if you said breaking legs, prices are down for chicken. Like, hey, you know the word that came before this, you got to change it up a little bit. You know, you got to say alert or something.
Right. Or attention.
Right. 2 more. These are sports related. I've been watching a lot of NBA Summer League, because when you have a shitty team, Summer League takes on a different level of urgency, of hope.
Yeah, it does.
And so I've been watching the Hornets, and they got all these young whippersnappers out there running around.
Yeah, they do.
Playing basketball the right way or whatever.
It's fun to watch them.
Hustling. Anyway, I was thinking, because in Summer League sometimes they institute certain rules for just Summer League. And it's like, oh, in Summer League, we're going to change this thing. We're going to try this out. And I was like, are these the regular season refs, or are they like summer league refs? Are they refs? Is it summer league for everybody? Like these are not professional refs yet. These are your summer league refs.
It wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, I have no idea, by the way. But I was looking to see if I recognized any of the refs, and that's when I had this thought: why don't we have a referee draft? Do referees have a draft like NBA players have a draft, or do they just like submit an application?
And they probably go for a tryout. And all
what would that look like?
Got the job or don't?
What would that look like? Like, do they have the commissioner come out and they be like interviewing them and being like, he's the son of a referee.
Yes, they have a history of it.
Justin Javi is Steve Javi's grandson, and he's been snitching on. He was a hall monitor for all 4 years of high school.
And they interview him, and they be like, sir, you didn't get the job. Yes, I was 3.5 seconds too.
Well, that's not the draft, though.
On that file.
Yeah, that's not the draft. The draft is like the night you put on a suit, but all they suits will be Foot Locker referee suits.
Yeah.
You know, pinstripes and shit. They be
like, do-do-do. Next.
Instead of chains, they have whistles.
Oh, you know what they should play? They should play the music they be playing randomly when the audience is like sitting there between the timeouts. That's the music they be playing when a new ref come up.
Yeah, I want to see it. Like, cause they had to do ref shit that you do in the regular season, but for this summer league, like the replay challenge, and you got to practice looking in the camera and telling everybody what you did. So I would like to see, like, were they nervous? Do they practice that? Do some people fuck it up? You know?
Somebody brought up like quick whistle. That would be a stat. They'd be like, his quick whistle rate blow is like 3.5 seconds. He's quicker than your average ref.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, are there refs? Like, why aren't there young referees that are in the NCAA doing college basketball games, and then when they graduate, they get drafted to the NBA? And it was like, yeah, he was a ref. He refed all of the SEC. He called the most texts. So if you want some text called, you're gonna want him on your game.
Like, this is your man.
He will keep it under control.
And you know, they would have to tell their run time too, like how, cause you know they're consistently running, like how quick they can run, and like they 4.4s and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I would like to see that.
That would be fun.
And then the other, like, cause you're more talking about the combine and stuff of it,
okay,
which is different than the actual draft. But yes, there should be a referee combine, 100%. That would be great TV. I don't watch the sports combines. Like, I don't watch the NBA or the NFL combines. I would 100% watch a referee combine.
Hell yeah.
To be like, look how fast he caught that travel. That motherfucker is good.
Yes.
They need to get this motherfucker over with the Lakers, because he is.
And the name of it will just be called a black and white combine. Cause that's all you're going to see is like black and white, like black pants, black shoes, black and white shirts.
The referee combine, I just want to see refs do the combine.
On, referee combine, let's go.
I just want to see it, you know. All right. And the last thing is, this is a free idea for all the athletes who don't even listen to this show. But if you are an NBA athlete, or even I guess NFL works too, for this idea, I don't know why no one's done this yet. And maybe it's because it's not a good idea, meaning that it won't make any money, but I got a feeling it will, or at least it'll get a lot of clicks on social media. But one of y'all NBA athletes, whether it's like Draymond Green or who, you know, all these guys who are doing these podcasts now, we have too many fucking podcasts about sports.
We do.
And I know you guys thought you were going to be subversive, you know, your Paul Georges, your Carmelo Anthony's. I know you guys thought like, oh, people will want to hear it from a player's perspective, and I'm going to add something that, you know, these media blowhards can't. And you're right, you can add personal experience and stuff. But I think personal experience and expertise is actually extremely undervalued now, meaning people don't actually care about that. People would rather listen to someone who's smart and doesn't have experience, but knows have experience telling stories and crafting narratives. They rather listen to them, or they rather listen to someone who's more entertaining, which most of these athletes are not very entertaining. So they want to listen to people that are like, you know, saying bombastic things like Stephen A. Smith. Even if they hate the person, they still will tune in. Okay. Why aren't you guys making podcasts about the media that covers sports, but from the angle of someone like you're covering the game. Like, why isn't Draymond Green or Kyrie Irving talking more about like Pat McAfee and like what's happening at ESPN and the behind the scenes and the rumors and the scuttlebutt and the contracts? Because now these are big time. These people are no longer just journalists.
Right.
These are media personalities. Their personal lives, which they clearly discuss y'all's personal lives when they feel like it.
Yes, they do.
Their personal lives should be up for being mined for content. Their contract negotiations, their beefs, they should not be the only ones commenting on it. You're a player. They will truly never understand how it feels when you guys go, man, it's not fair how they cross the line, until y'all cross the line. And it's crazy that people like Pat Bev, Draymond Green, they're doing more work to bow down to these figures so they can get on the same networks. Draymond Green wants to be on TNT. He's not being new media. Pat Bev wants to be on ESPN. No, to me, that's the exact wrong angle, because everyone's angling for that. You want to be the person that gives you, like all these people have done and trying to be like, I don't like what Stephen A. Smith done, is try to be their version of Stephen A. Smith. How many takes have we seen of like Draymond Green just shitting on somebody like Rudy Gobert, and it's like, oh, so this is like how Stephen A. Smith doesn't like LeBron, you don't like Rudy Gobert. Womp womp, seen it before, but you'll get some viral moments. But how much doper would it be if you were breaking down like what happened between Pat McAfee and Norby and Stephen A. Smith, and how that changed what Stephen A. Smith asked for in negotiations, and or why the TNT show won't work on ESPN, or what's going on with Shannon Sharp and his personal life, which no one feels like they can talk about.
Nobody.
But if that was, and like I said, you don't have to go and cover every single rumor and make it salacious, but like,
right.
If a scandal like that happened to an athlete, like say Josh Giddey,
nonstop.
I'm not saying it would be nonstop, but it would be discussed.
Yes, it will at least be discussed.
What happened with Josh Giddey cannot just happen and then no one ever, Malika Andrews and all the people on ESPN just go, I don't know, I guess he's just not playing tonight. No. This is what y'all said y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to make, at least to me, y'all really wanted to make them feel the unfairness of being in the spotlight in that fish bowl. None of you have successfully done it. All you've done is you've let them set the table, and you've just tried to be them. You just like, I'm Stephen A. Smith, but I played for the Warriors. Nah, man, to be the Stephen A. Smith of talking about media personalities. And it doesn't have to all be bad, meaning like, I'm not, like, you could say you like somebody, or you like a move, or you enjoyed this show. But like, I would love to see people break down some shit, especially with y'all not having done it, because to me, it's almost better that you haven't done it that much.
Yep.
Because like, they have not played basketball, but they will talk.
They will tell you how to do.
People have never
job.
Been on an NBA court and will tell you a 7'2" Karl Anthony Towns is essentially a soft ass bitch. Right. Well, a man that could probably pick them up with one hand, but they get to do that because that's the rules of the game. Like, they're just giving their opinions. We can't just give our opinions back. You can't be like, hey, I think this person's podcast isn't that great. I think this section they did on this TV show, it was kind of corny. Like,
I think they should too. And all you would have is the fake fallouts and the fake flops.
Start the real fight. Because right now they end up fighting about sports shit, and you can't really win. When it's like, Stephen A. Smith is going to be the story, and he's going to win against, quote unquote, win, or not even win. He can't lose against LeBron James, period. Because he's going to be on TV the next day and the next day and the next day. Like, you can't do a thing to him. And you're just arguing about your own legacy, y'all. But if you went out there and was like, nah, let me give y'all some behind the scenes to how Stephen A. Smith gets down, or the rumors, or what he said to me.
Let me tell you how to do your job. You would feel insulted. But how do you think these players and athletes feel who have dedicated their whole livelihood to this shit?
And I'm not saying it has to be LeBron, but even if it was like Pat Bev, somebody who like people really would like, they can't get Pat Bev because nobody really holds Pat Bev in the highest level of esteem. So like he would just be taking shots at them that they really can't shoot back. Anyway, it's just an interesting idea.
Yeah, I get you, but it would have to be somebody that is actually bold enough to be blacklisted. Because once you start doing that, they're not gonna want to talk to you. They're not gonna want to interview you. Like
that's the thing, though. You don't need access to have opinions.
That's true.
How many of these media people don't really have access? They have not talked to these guys.
No, they haven't.
They're just assuming shit. Mm-hmm. They get stuff wrong a lot.
Yes, they do.
I literally just read a report like yesterday that was like the Lakers. LeBron is upset with the Lakers because they're moving towards Luka and not him, and they didn't even tell him the team was being sold and this, that, and the other. And then corrections came out today that was like, actually he did know this and blah blah blah. But I'm like, yeah, but that means y'all didn't have access when y'all wrote this article yesterday.
Yes, y'all just talking.
Y'all just wrote what somebody told you, what you had heard, and was like my sources. Man, I'm just saying, I think I would tune in for an athlete who was like, my sources are saying Shannon Sharp choked a production assistant when he worked for Fox Sports News. Make them feel that shit that y'all be feeling. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, break down the tape of them talking over all the women on the show. Like, that shit would be good. But I don't think, but I'm a petty person when I feel aggrieved. So maybe that's how this is how my brain works. This is why I try not to be moving out of anger or spite, because
I feel you.
I could not be one of these athletes. I would have done this already. Like, I would have been like, man, fuck my career on basketball. It's over.
Right.
I'm finna ride on all y'all forever.
I don't need a check from none of you bitches.
Yeah, and I'm not like, but it has to be smart and well done. It can't be like, say, Kwame Brown.
Right. Yeah.
Where he's just calling people the F word and gay and all this shit. Like, it's gotta be somebody that's actually like understands the angle of like, no, I think what you guys do is a circus, but I'm gonna do the circus back to y'all and see how you like it, because you probably don't like it, and they they pretend to have rules, but they're not. They break the rules all the time.
Yes, they do.
Like Stephen A would be like, don't bring up my personal life. I don't bring up athletes' personal life. And I'm like, don't you call Jimmy Garofalo porn star Jimmy all the time because he was seen one time out with a porn star, and you just call this man that every time his name comes up? But if someone were to call you out, you'd be like, I don't get personal. You definitely get personal with people. What is he's supposed to be sitting around liking that you did that? That's right. Not. Is that anything to do with the actual on the field play? No. Mm-hmm. When you keep saying Zion Williamson he better stop being at buffets, no matter how much weight he loses, no matter how in shape he gets, no matter how good the reports are about him, it'll never matter because you can get them fat jokes off. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, motherfuckers could do the same thing, but they might not be as petty as me. Maybe I'm too petty. All right, that's it for my banter. What should we start? I guess we do some politics till we get mad segment. Probably should pull up that music. There we go.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
So I recently had to get off of Pocket, and so now I'm using Instapaper. So some of my older articles I basically lost, but I've still been saving articles to talk about. And honestly, I needed a fresh.
Don't exist no more, right?
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Don't worry.
No problem.
In the ways that we need to use it, it's not gonna work for the show.
Good. No problem. Thank you.
So anyway, my point being, it made me start over fresh, which is fine. I don't like some of these articles was years old. I was never going to get to them. But let's start with this. After disasters like the Texas flood, Trump reflexively blames Biden.
Nigga, he not in office. These are the things I don't understand. And not only him, the Democrats fall for this bullshit too.
And they do it.
Right.
Everyone does it.
And you blame somebody who is currently not in office, currently not in power, has stepped down, did all the bullshit y'all told to do. How are they personally held accountable for some shit that did not happen on their time watch? Houseway. Make it make motherfucking sense.
It's blame the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? It's like an easy tune to play. It always gets applause, and you don't even have to be right. It doesn't have to be thoughtful, nuanced, or in context. It's got to be tempting as hell if you just want applause and you want attention on TV, and it's not difficult. Like no one's going to put any scrutiny to it. Caroline Leavitt, who is the White House press secretary, drew a hard line against blaming the government for this tragedy. Many Democrat elected officials are trying to turn this into a political game. It is not, she said.
The fuck is
it's just like whenever there's a shooting, it's like it's too soon to talk about shooting. I just do think those comments are depraved and despicable, especially when so many Americans are mourning the loss of children.
That y'all don't care about. What are we doing here? You don't care.
But guess who actually was blaming and playing political games 24 hours before her comments? Donald Trump.
Right.
He says if you look at that water situation, that was really the Biden setup. He quickly clarified that he wasn't actually blaming Biden. He cited the historic nature of the floods, but there's no question he was attempting to shift political responsibility for any government missteps to his predecessor.
Yeah, and it's actually, if you want to go deep, it's the state of Texas' fault because they actually got funding to actually have alerts and have all this shit like set up way before this shit happened. And they was like, nah, we good. Mm-hmm. So, yes, if I was in Texas, I'd be fucking mad at our state for not funding to at least have an alarm system or something to warn people so they could get out of the way.
Attorney General Ken Paxton in Texas, his wife filed for divorce and put out a statement that she was divorcing him on biblical grounds. Now, I don't even know what that means. Is it at a church on biblical grounds?
What does that mean?
I'm assuming some type of
cheated or something.
Marriage vows were broken. I know he's very, very, very salacious, meaning like he's had all kinds of legal problems. It's been known that he has a mistress. His mistress testified during an impeachment hearing that was for last year, but I guess his wife didn't divorce him at the time. So, and it's really weird because Trump is president, but even the GOP, the RNC put out a statement that was calling the man like what he did is unforgivable and disgusting and reprehensible. I was like,
no, it's not.
And repugnant. And I was like, wait a minute, y'all voted for Trump.
Right. There's nothing you can say.
Yeah. So
what are we doing here?
But his pastor came out and said on Twitter, this was caused by complementarianism. Now, I don't know what complementarianism is, so I gotta Google it. It's a theological view primarily within evangelical Christianity that holds that men and women are equal in dignity and worth, but have distinct roles, particularly in the family and the church. Okay, whatever that means. All right.
Right.
God did not design or permit women to rule over households, let alone entire states. So we have a senator who is often gone from her home and her bed, because his wife is a senator, slandering her husband publicly, claiming the divorce is for loving self, farming sympathy online. I'm not saying her husband hasn't sinned, even grievously, but this screams, I'm a closet feminist and my husband won't do what I want. Unfortunately, it seems no pastor was willing to tell her, step out of public office, go home, love and submit to your husband, love your kids, and try again. I know it's more complicated than this, but biblical patriarchy prevents the family chaos that often results in divorce.
Yeah, kiss my ass, dog.
Nah. Listen to him.
Fuck about what you're talking about.
Listen, I agree with him. I agree with him. And here's why I agree with him. This woman is a Republican and she married to this man, and y'all be fake religious, right, and y'all be hypocritical.
Y'all don't be believing the shit.
And I think divorce is the right of people that believe women are equal and have choices. So I think you should stay and you should listen to this patriarchal pastor that doesn't respect women for real, and you should have to live up to the vows that you do, because I guarantee you you're anti-choice. Guarantee you that shit. Like they love to do what's good for the goose is good for the goose. Like they be like, no abortions for anybody unless my mistress get pregnant. Then of course it's abortion time. We not having no babies out of wedlock. Are you crazy? So yeah, I think she should have to stay with him. But go ahead, Karen. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, like you said, this is what she voted for. And you're gonna get a few more years, and y'all ain't even gonna be able to do it, because like, y'all think these rules just apply to us.
I don't generally believe this. I don't agree with him, except for her.
Because I guarantee you voted for Trump.
Yeah, this is the rules that you set up. Live by them. It's the rules you would make the rest of us live by.
Yes, you would.
This is stop me if you sit down if you're standing, guys. This is gonna be a shocking news story to a lot of people here, and I don't want y'all to get crash, pull over on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of people at the Alligator Alcatraz, which is the holding facility they built in Florida to house immigrants, that looks very much like some Holocaust shit. Very much. Like, I can show y'all a picture of it, but it's literal cages. Like, is it showing the right page? Like, you can see here, these are like cages with bunk beds. There's all kinds of, it's overcrowded. There's all kinds of, this is before they put the people in it. So people have been touring it. People have been seeing it. People have been reporting back. They've been getting information from inside to the media and stuff. And of course, Donald Trump and the Republicans have all said these people are vicious, they're deranged psychopaths, they're criminals, they're gangsters, they need to get the fuck out of the country, and we're just gonna send them there to Alligator Alcatraz, where even if you escape, it'll be into an alligator infested swamp and you'll get eaten by an alligator, because the cruelty is the fucking point.
Yes, it is.
You don't have human rights if you're not an American citizen. And wait a minute, oops, what, hold up. There are more than 250 people who are listed as detainees who have only immigration violations and no criminal convictions or pending charges.
Right, they don't give a fuck. They just rounding people up.
So the whole they're deranged, vicious, violent psychopaths thing is not true.
It never was true.
The data is based on a list of more than 700 people who are either being held under tents and in chain link cells at Florida's pop-up detention center in the Everglades, or appear slated for transfer there. A third of the detainees have criminal convictions. Their charges range from attempted murder to illegal re-entry to traffic violations. Hundreds of others only have pending charges, and the records do not disclose the nature of the alleged offenses, and the reporters have not independently examined each individual case. The information is subject to change as the population of the facility fluctuates, suggests that scores of migrants without criminal records have been targeted in the state and federal dragnet to catch and deport immigrants living illegally in Florida.
Right, they just rounding around. They don't care what you did. You could jaywalk, and they be like, gotcha, bitch, and they would toss your ass right in there.
And keep in mind, they said this particular facility, because there's plenty of facilities that hold people. This one is supposed to be for the worst of the worst, and it's like, well, actually, it's not the worst of the worst. But yeah, this is what happens. People are gonna keep letting this shit slide and letting these people be in charge, and I think it's unfortunate, but a lot of the media people that think we are showing the world the evilness of this administration by exposing the conditions they're holding people in and all that stuff, honest to God, I think they want this sort of message to get out about how terrible the place is and how badly managed it is.
They want people to be
they
scared.
Want to scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, they want people to be scared, and that, like you said, the cruelty is a point, and the cruelty is to scare people regardless of if you're doing a quote unquote right or wrong thing. It don't matter, because in these situations, a lot of times they'll lie and say it's one thing, but they really don't care. They just literally if you look a certain way, they're all like, we just rounding you up. And it's one of the major tent poles of what the people who did vote for him did vote for. Yes, they did.
And this is one of the things that I really think people need to be extremely what's the word I'm looking for? specific about, because a lot of times we shoot people bail for supporting Trump or voting for Trump, and we act like, oh, well, they must have got confused, or no, that doesn't necessarily mean they're racist, or hey, he's lying to people, so he's doing some stuff that he said he wouldn't do, but now he's doing it. One of those things is not immigration. He always ran on some very heavy anti-immigration, anti-immigrants, white nationalist rhetoric, and no one gets to run from that.
No,
meaning
you do not.
We can't be like, well, now that you see how cruel this is, don't you see it's wrong? They didn't care. He said he would be cruel, so this one doesn't count as one of the lies he told that tricked so many people. This one is not one. Gavin Newsom, his press office called Stephen Miller a fascist cuck amid rumors about his wife and Elon Musk. So this Stephen Miller is the head of Project 2025. He works in Donald Trump's administration as the top immigration advisor. He's a white supremacist, white nationalist, and he is authoring a lot of the racist bullshit that they're doing. Okay. There's rumors that his wife had sex with Elon Musk, and she left the administration to be with Elon Musk and his employee after Elon left the Trump administration with some bad blood. And he even tweeted about it. Elon Musk did, about, fucking that dude's wife, essentially. So I guess there's a feud that started between Miller and Newsom, because Miller called U.S. District Court Judge Mame E. Frimpong a communist on Twitter after she ordered the Trump administration to stop conducting indiscriminate immigration stops and arrests. The rule, and it's a black woman, and so I'll show you guys the tweet, but it's a black woman who's the judge. And he posts a picture, the quote tweet, and says, the ruling has just been issued. A communist judge in LA has ordered ICE to report directly to her and radical left NGOs, not the president. This is another act of insurrection against the United States and its sovereign people. I won't get into all of Stephen Miller's history about his family and immigration and shit, but y'all can look it up. It's readily available. He's a huge hypocrite. Anyway, Gavin Newsom didn't like it. So he had his press office on Twitter quote tweet Stephen Miller and said, this fascist cuck in DC continues his assault on democracy and the Constitution and his attempt to replace the sovereignty of the people with autocracy. Sorry, the Constitution hurt your feelings, Stephen. Cry harder. Now, I know people would applaud that. And I actually like when people talk shit about Stephen Miller, of course. Like, I remember the Democrats on Twitter, at the Democrats, had posted a hilarious tweet after the whole cuck scandal shit came out with him and Elon Musk. And they quote tweeted it with a picture of a hotel room chair in the corner, like it's watching somebody on the bed fuck their wife, like the cuck chair. Hilarious. That's hilarious. I like that. Play dirty, I don't give a fuck. Here's the problem I have with Gavin Newsom. You can't be the guy who talks like that to Stephen Miller, but you are the guy who would have Stephen Miller on your podcast to have a conversation. You had Steve Bannon on your podcast. You think it's important to talk to these white supremacists. That's what you use your platform for. So miss me with the insults, man. It don't hit the same when I know you would break bread with this dude for the views and the clicks. If you can make content out of it, you would. Not saying he's a bad governor, not saying he can't run for president, but it's just consistency. And I'm surprised he doesn't have anyone around him that could point that out. Like, hey man, this ain't the moment of, sometimes we pal around with the Nazis and then sometimes we call the Nazis out. Because this feels to me a little bit like Cuomo, where Cuomo, when he would go against Trump, it was actually about two men's egos. It was not really about the Constitution, right and wrong, and justice and standing up for. It was more like, hey man, I run New York. Don't you fucking say that shit where I stay, bitch. And it's like, I mean, I like that you don't like Trump, but like, if you turn around and do some Trump shit later and be grabbing pussies in the elevator, that doesn't make me feel like when you call Trump out for doing it that it was about justice. It was just, I don't like this guy.
Right.
You grab pussies, that's bad. I grab pussies, hey, nothing to see here, guys. Come on, I'll be running for mayor next.
Right. I think the thing that really, really, and maybe this is just my old woman phase that I'm going through.
Okay. Phase? You've been old since we met.
Not phase, but
go ahead. I'm just joking. You don't have to clarify. It's just a joke.
Oh no, I have been old since we met. But I feel like this. Do your motherfucking job. Do your job. I don't give a fuck about your podcast. I don't give a fuck about your sassy ass tweets. I don't give a fuck.
And he does his job.
He
does his job for California. Like, I'm not saying Gavin Newsom does a bad job. Okay? I'm not even saying the podcast detracts from what his job. What I am saying is, when you do a podcast that has white supremacists on it as guests and you shake hands and you sit there and chop it up with them, you can't be the guy who's getting sassy on Twitter with the white, because they white. It don't hit the same.
Right.
It's just a personal shit talking vendetta. It's not actually a dogma. It's not really part. You see what I'm saying? It's like saying, it's like if we were like, tomorrow we're having Chris Brown on the show, and everybody's like, whoa, you having Chris Brown on the show? You know, he did the Rihanna. And I'm like, yeah, we're having Chris Brown on the show tomorrow. And then the day after, I was like, what Diddy did to Cassie is disgusting. Fuck that bitch. Everybody's like, yeah, but like is it really about Cassie at that point?
Right. And I understand and I get that part, but I personally don't give a fuck about that podcast, and I don't give a fuck about your sassy ass tweets. Like, in my opinion, you're a goddamn politician, and so my job is you politic. Like, and maybe I'm just old and mad and angry. Just do your job. I don't care about that other bullshit.
You're not wrong. I agree with you. I don't think you're wrong at all. I was just pointing out that I was making a different point. That's all.
Okay, I'm
that's
with you.
That's all. Because I think sometimes it's like you'll say something after me, and it's like I agree with it. Just want to make sure that people understand when they're listening. Like, we making two different points
we are.
that I think are equally valid, and I think I agree with both. But just my point is, even if you wanted to be a fucking content creator, you're doing it wrong. Right. Where the fuck are your people to be like, the message looks weird right now? Because you can't be like, tomorrow's guest. You know what I'm saying? Like tomorrow's guest is Ron DeSantis, but then like you on Twitter talking shit about the Trump people in the Trump administration. Like, then don't fucking fuck with them.
And I 100% agree. And my thing is that, and I think the thing that kind of bothers me about him doing a podcast, because if you're particularly a Democrat in his state and all that status, if you're gonna do a podcast, your thing is to be like, and put like this, I understand there's a fine line when you're being a politician, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, you do not have to have your platform be an invitation for them to spew their bullshit on it, and then you're not really pushing back. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about your goddamn gentleman's agreement that you've had.
Yeah, nah, I'm with you.
You know, I won't. If you're gonna be on there, be like, hey, state of California, I'm gonna go in these small districts. I'm gonna go reach out to these people. I'm gonna educate the public. I'm gonna bring Democrats on here, real Democrats that's actually out here trying to do the work, and tell the people, if you live in this county, this is who you need to vote for. If you live in this county, this is who you need to vote for. Like educate the people. That's your job. Don't nobody give a fuck about you bringing somebody on there that don't give a fuck about you nor your platform. Like, and I think that's the part that kind of makes me angry, because I feel like you're wasting valuable time, because none of this is going to matter when it's time to vote, and all you did was make a bunch of people mad. Like you said, when you invite these white supremacists on your podcast and people go, I didn't vote for this, I voted for you, nigga.
And this is what I mean when I say content is won today. You know what I mean? Because he's a content creator now, and it's part-time content creator, but it seems like your most important job would be governing, and the content creation doesn't seem congruent with the bigger mission of being a governor who probably has ambitions to try to be president. And I just think all this shit looks stupid. But this is also another way of pointing out how much Trump has won the discussion, right? Because when we accept that Trump has won, it turns a lot of people into, Well, if he can win doing that, there are no standards, and I can be a governor / podcaster. Last story. We're already mad, but I have to finish off with this one just because.
Go ahead.
Comedian who voted for Trump blast him doing the exact opposite of his campaign promises. It's Andrew Schultz. Now, it's very interesting that Andrew Schultz is the one trying to make this particular pivot.
Right.
Because Andrew Schultz had Trump on his podcast. You know, black people that listen to him, I heard say that, you know, Schultz is part of the solution. He's like us. He's a good guy. And if we make him feel this way, and I'm like, I don't think he is a good guy. I think he's a conservative Trump guy. I think he's also one of these guys who, because they get a lot of cachet from blackness and being around black people, I don't think Andrew Schultz can exist without black people allowing him to exist in the ways that he moves.
Agreed.
And do with that what you will. You know, like, you know, whether you feel that's a responsibility the culture should uphold or not, that's on you. I'm actually not telling anybody what you should or shouldn't do, but he is a guy that, to me, Andrew Schultz is a guy that is one of these comedians who got mad that people didn't like when he said like the R word or the F word or something, and decided I'm voting for Trump, which a lot of these guys did, you know. And I don't think we owe them any type of media pass for doing this. I don't think we owe them any cultural pass for doing this. But now that he's been getting credit, right? Because I think the New York Times had a write-up on him that asked, was he like is this podcast bro the best political journalist? Like, this is like not very long ago. I want to say maybe a month ago they wrote this thing.
That top 100 or something.
Andrew Schultz podcast bro might be America's foremost journalist. This was June 21st, 2025. So this is about 2-3 weeks ago. It's by David Marchese for the New York Times, and it's an interview with him. And so he retweeted it, meaning he did like getting the accolades and the credit of being a political guy. I think this is what happens with the death of expertise. This is what happens when we think popularity and content is more important than substance, because the argument is going to be, well, look how many clips went viral, look how many people watched it. Same thing we do for Joe Rogan, right? And I'm like, but if he is surreptitiously pushing bullshit to the world, that makes him a dangerous idiot at best, and at worst it makes him a complicit participant in the darkening of our political sphere and our climate, and peddling and normalizing guys like Trump, you know, laughing with him and shit. Now I'm gonna play the clip because I think it's important to see it, but this is his tune now that Trump has, you know, been doing what he's been doing for a few weeks. And I personally don't feel like I owe him the benefit of the doubt that many people feel. I think the benefit of the doubt is killing us, literally, especially the benefit of the doubt we keep giving to white people who fuck with Trump and conservatism, and we keep acting like they got tricked or they got fooled or they just didn't know what was happening. I think we're doing them way too many fucking favors, because if the rest of us could figure it out, then they could have figured it out. They just didn't give a fuck about the rest of us. Oh, volume. Sorry.
I believe he wanted to do. And now he's doing I believe when Trump, everything he campaigned on, I believe he wanted to do. And now he's doing the exact opposite thing of every single fucking thing.
I don't know what he's done. Yeah, exactly to your point. If you tell me, it's easier for me to believe you wanted to do all these things if any of them were happening in the way that you said they would.
To that point, like, there'll be people that, like, they'll DM me and be like, you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. Yeah. I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it.
What's interesting is every step of the way, people were telling him this is what Trump would do. People were telling everybody, Project 2025, he's lying. Okay, here's the proof that he's lying. You also went through 4 years of his first presidency. So you would have to be literally one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet to arrive to this conclusion of like, nah, this man is a liar, but everyone is lying about him. He's actually the one telling the truth. Right? A man that's got, all kinds of criminal, he's been convicted of crimes, and you're sitting there going, nah, I believe him though. Okay.
Like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now he's even flip-flopped on that, which I kind of like. But he's like, oh, well, we kind of need the people working in restaurants, and we...
That part at the end is very important because, and the reason I want to point that part out is this. That's the truth. You and the immigrant hate, the nationalism, the Zionism or whatever, not Zionism, the xenophobia. Yeah. That shit. That's what you voted for. And then you went yada, yada, yada on everything else. And now that you're being held some level of complicit and responsible, because aren't you the podcast bro who saved the world with your podcast? Aren't you Mr. Is this the new journalism? The foremost political journalist? Isn't that what you just were touting for yourself? You were just happy to be celebrating that. And 3 weeks later, now that people are like, yeah, you the foremost political journalist and look at what you write. And you're like, not me. The same way Ezra Klein is not me. Everybody's not me. So this, and I said this shit years ago, and I'm bringing it up now because I remember when I said it, and it's not something I harped on, but we're like X amount of years away from nobody voted for Trump.
Right.
The same way that we don't know anybody that voted for Nixon. We don't know anybody that voted for George Bush Sr. and shit.
How the fuck they get in office?
Right. We don't know anybody who was standing outside the school spitting on Ruby Bridges. We only know Ruby Bridges just persevered and overcame somehow.
Magically.
But what did she overcome? Who did she overcome? I don't know. Ruby Bridges still alive.
Yes, she is.
So it would stand to reason that many of the people that spat on her, that cursed her, that threw things, the reason she needed a National Guard to keep her from entering that, to help her enter that school, it would stand to reason those people probably still alive too. A lot of them, whatever classmates she had, those people still alive. But yet somehow they just don't exist. They never move around. The people that voted for Bull Connor and Strom Thurmond and Jesse Helms, those people are alive.
Yes, they are.
And yet none of them exist. It's just, hey, I'm not responsible for what my ancestors did. But which ancestors? I don't know. They didn't do it. I don't know. Who knows? And Andrew Schultz is doing it in real time. He's Mr. How could I have known? Okay, so let's take a clip from when Donald Trump was on the show. Seems like it'd be a relevant thing to bring up today. Here's Donald Trump, October 9th, 2024. Where Andrew Schultz was talking to him about his honesty.
I have a hard time doing it to them because I'm basically a truthful person. But and frankly,
that's Andrew Schultz laughing at Donald Trump, telling him that he's a truthful person. Which I don't think you have to be a brilliant person to understand that you laugh at someone doing that because you are laughing at them because you think they're lying, or the way they phrased that felt like a lie. So you're there going, haha, you just lied in front of my face. Hilarious, cute. Might as well shuffle his hair up like Jimmy Fallon. Just helping to make this man normal. But now you don't want the sting, especially from the people that are black, brown, and other, who you've used their cultural cachet to bankroll yourself, right? Like that brother sitting there with the cancel comedy shirt, like Kendrick said, the niggas that be in rooms with him, kikiing, for the access and the clout and whatever else. You don't really want them to stop and think for a second like, yeah, Andrew, you know what? You did kind of help usher this shit in. It's like, no, I couldn't have possibly seen this coming. No. Not me. Stuff he's doing now is wild. And it's a lot of abandoning ship happening. Mm-hmm. Your Candace Owens. People are shifting the grift in front of us. Now I don't know who gonna keep letting them play in their face like that. I don't know. It ain't up to me. I've never been a fan of these people. I didn't keep them afloat, so I can't say that this will have any horrible or bad effects. If anything, it could boost them, because there's a lot of people who've been wanting to. They enjoy his comedy, his entertainment, and they've been wanting to be soft on him the whole time. Anyway, they've already been pre-soft of, nah, man, Andrew cool. And now they just get to be like, yeah, I guess he was just tripping, man. I don't know. That was crazy. And now he's pivoting to the Bernie Sanders AOC shit, but their politics and Trump's politics aren't even close to the same. So what were you voting for, Andrew? What were you really voting for?
Yeah, what were you really
and what were you really endorsing on your platform? You know, when you just, the Democrats, that's the problem, the Democrats. This is one of the reasons I will always push back on that shit, because I think a lot of people feel like they don't need to or shouldn't. This is why you have to, because this is the danger it holds, is you let somebody play in front of your face and go, yeah, Democrats ain't perfect. I kind of do see what you're saying. And they go, and that's why I'm voting for Trump. And you just played yourself, because you sat up there and essentially just, you helped them soft pedal that Trump shit into, no, it's not that they support the racism and the intolerance and the malfeasance and the criminality. They just don't like Democrats. And don't we all not like Democrats? That's not good enough.
Right. And that's not true. And also my thing with him and Joe Rogan and a lot of these people that were very, 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 very extremely loud for Trump, like very loud, like people have selective memory. I remember them going hard on all the bullshit and telling us how great and how wonderful this man was in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and telling us that this man was not going to be a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all did this, and now people are saying, yo boy, because basically you voted for this, and now you don't want no accountability, no responsibility. You don't want to be caught out on your bullshit. And like I said, for me, that's the shit I'm going to be mad at forever, because not only them, there's a lot of people online and in real life that did the same bullshit that they're doing, and they don't want to have any accountability and any responsibility for how they played, what role they played into getting that man into office. And now everybody's suffering because of them. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, that's something that I know I'm going to have to work through. But there will always be a fire and a flame in my heart for those people that I don't know if I will ever be able to put out, because I was like, it didn't have to be this way.
Oh, I already know I won't.
Because like you said, and I don't know everything about politics and all that stuff, but I am intellectually intelligent enough to understand what was happening. You voted for this. You wanted this. You wanted the supremacy. You wanted the pain. You wanted the hurt. These are the things that you wanted. You're not going to turn around and look me in my face and tell me this is what you did not want. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to hear any excuses. And
I don't believe you.
I
don't even believe him.
I don't. You're just saying that, and all it takes is a drop of a hat or something like that, and you'll be back on your bullshit again.
Yeah,
this is why I don't believe you, because everything is about content, and the thing about everything about, when everything is about content, there's no integrity. When everything is about content.
I will say that it's like a Simpsons episode. It resets every fucking time at the beginning, meaning that these motherfuckers will not... This thing right here exists in a vacuum, except for this thing I'm about to say next, which is, I believe he will use the fact that people are calling him out on his bullshit and not having sympathy. He's going to use this as a reason that he's still fucking with Trump and conservatives, and he don't like Democrats. Because anytime people don't like accountability, it's the Democrats. I don't know how that happens, that it becomes the Democrats, when it's just people who are citizens of America, who live in this country like you do, who just think you full of shit. That's it. And I don't think you're full of shit and I'm a card-carrying Democrat that's bringing down the powers of the government. No, I just think you're full of shit, and you don't stand for what you stand for, and you're not a good person, and you're not a good man, and at the end of the day you will fold because you're weak. That's what I'm seeing. And so I don't owe you shit. I don't need, the same way you can be unkind and unfair, and that's your right and your freedom of speech, the same way you need to say the R word and the F word and be offensive with your comedy, I can be like, I don't fuck with you.
Yes,
and yet somehow that becomes, well, it's time to fuck with Trump then.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you become the victim, and you becoming the victim all of a sudden
becomes you doubling down. And keep in mind, so many of these guys are like, The victim mentality of everybody else is why I don't fuck with the Democrats and why I fuck with Trump. Meanwhile, Trump's the biggest victim, and y'all always find a way to be the biggest victim. I love to be wrong about this. I love to come back in a week and be like, oh no, next time he talked about it, he held himself accountable. He said he won't do it again. But my guess is he'll use the fact that people called him out to be on some like, hey man, I'm just a comedian. I don't know why everybody's mad at me. See, this is why Trump wins. And that's the bullshit. That's the shell game they play every time. And yeah, I'm mad. So that was, I think we did the job.
I think we did the job too.
We covered everything. I know we said we were going to do a shorter show tonight, so I think we'll just finish up with some Guess the Race, and then I'll go in there and cook dinner for Karen, since she was angry before we got on the show about dinner.
I was not angry.
I said, hey, you want the rest of my Panda Express? And she said, this is just a snack. I'm like, what? Who was saying it was anything else? You ungrateful son of a gun. Then don't eat it. No, I was. It's fine.
I didn't know it came out that way. I'm sorry. I just let you know that this was a snack.
Yeah, you were letting me know, like a warning. This doesn't count as dinner. Like I'm a fucking idiot. Like I don't know that a couple pieces of teriyaki chicken is not dinner.
I am expecting more food.
I know that you were expecting more food. So like, we better hurry up and finish, guys. I don't want to get beat.
Oh, is that a black eye I see?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race time. Go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved, and not voting for Trump. Like it's see, we can find ways to be fun racists.
Yes.
Okay, you don't have to go to full Schultz. Let's see. How about this one? Wait, where's the actual article at? All right, we won't do this one then, because for some reason the article didn't want to come up. I'm still learning this new system.
Okay.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay. Oh, but it's too long. That's a 4-minute video. Hold on, let me see if I
something shorter.
Yeah, I could probably find something shorter from a different. Okay, here we go, guys. Sorry about that. Georgia teen. Wait, this is also a video. What the fuck is happening?
Don't believe in words.
But at least it's a shorter video, so I guess I'll let it play. All right, a Georgia teen has been charged with murder of mom and stepdad.
Damn.
And it's over after a phony 911 call. All right. Now I'm gonna play the article. You should be able to hear it if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if you can't hear it. But here we go.
Your heartstrings.
Oh wait, what is this? Let me make sure it's the right article. Okay, here we go.
Posts pull at your heartstrings. One after another appearing to show Georgia teen Sarah Grace Patrick crying after authorities back in February said someone shot and killed her mom and stepdad, Kristen and James Brock, in their Atlanta area home. This video showing what appears to be her mother's remains in an urn. Another includes a link to a GoFundMe. On the screen, I just want my mama. A stunning update from Georgia investigators.
We can confirm that an arrest has been made in the case. Kristen Brock's 17-year-old daughter, Sarah Grace Patrick, has been taken into custody.
Carroll County authorities confirming Patrick faces 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault. The recent Central High School graduate being charged as an adult, authorities saying her dad brought her to turn herself in Tuesday.
She turned herself in because we notified her she had warrants for her arrest.
Authorities remaining tight-lipped about any theories on a motive, but saying they have a mountain of physical and digital evidence and crediting collaborations with the FBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation's crime lab, even private forensic laboratories.
They was on her ass.
Tragedy unfolding.
Girl, you going to jail.
Yeah, you 17, son. I'm trying to find you ain't gonna be that smart.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's not
They probably got all kinds of texts, like phone texts, all types of shit. Yeah.
All right. Well, Karen, guess the race of this teenager. What was her name again? Sorry, it's this article. I had to close it because the ad kept playing. Her name is Sarah Grace Patrick.
Sarah Grace Patrick is white.
Karen's going white. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe this parent killer race is. Children of the Corn white. Damn, I didn't know 3 names work for the white women. For the women too white. TikTok dancer white.
Oh no, that's hilarious.
There's a whole visual aesthetic that comes with that, and damn, white. Looks like most people are going. Everyone's going white. The correct answer is white. You got it right, guys. Yeah, that's wild. And the post on social media were all like her crying and, you know, I miss my mama, all this shit.
Yeah, she's
just to find out that, but she the one that killed him.
Oh, okay. So this was like before they convicted her.
Yeah, like when it was, my mama's dead. This is so crazy. Right. It's so sad. And then it's like, you killed him.
You're the murderer.
Maybe that was part of the cover up. I don't know. All right, let's go with another one. How about this one? Cops, naked duo was having sex in a stolen RV.
Damn, not naked duo.
A West Virginia couple was naked and having sex in a stolen RV when a cop pulled a moving vehicle over at the spotting the driver being straddled by his intoxicated female passenger.
Oh shit, he ain't read the sign. If it's a rockin', don't come a knocking.
Right. She must have been, I heard a road head, but she must have been giving him some road vagina. Okay, she was straddling that seat. During the traffic stop last Wednesday afternoon in Appalachian Mountain City, Bluefield, a patrolman approached the RV and found Shannon Bryant, 35, now sitting behind the wheel. A passenger yelled out that the occupants had switched seats before I made contact with them. No, what kind of passenger is that? The snitch.
So somebody else is in the vehicle?
Right. He also added that Matthew McDonald was in the passenger seat. I inquired about their actions while the vehicle was in motion, to which Miss Bryant candidly responded, "We were fucking."
She was drunk as shit.
Shout out to transparency. Okay, we stand a transparent queen. Brian, who appeared to be highly intoxicated. Oh, that's why he was like, "No, we just switched seats," because he was like, "I don't want you to think she was driving that drunk. I was driving, and she was drunk fucking." Or as we like to call it, FUI, fucking under the influence. After being read his rights, McDonald reportedly admitted that he and Bryant were naked and attempted to engage in sexual activity while driving, and that they switched seats upon spotting the squad car. A subsequent search for the vehicle turned up drug paraphernalia and a bag containing a white powdery substance. Investigators recovered painkillers and a broken glass pipe in the area where Bryant told police that McDonald had thrown drugs from the vehicle during the traffic stop. Oh, they were partying. A vehicle check revealed that the RV had been reported stolen. Oh, damn, it's not even a RV. Brian and McDonald.
That's probably why you got pulled over.
No, they got pulled over because he saw him fucking the patrol car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as they run the shit, it's like, oh, by the way, this vehicle is stolen.
They were arrested for indecent exposure, drug possession, DUI, possession of a stolen vehicle. Both defendants who pleaded not guilty have extensive criminal records and have not been able to post bond. All right, Karen, guess the race of... let's see their names. Shannon Bryant and Matthew McDonald. They're both the same race.
I'm going white.
Karen's going white for this one. All right, let's see. White. What white nonsense is this? Says Miss Barnes. The wonderful whites of West Virginia, Appalachia white, Queen and Slim directors cut white.
Oh no.
Thrill seeking white. The correct answer is white. White girl wasted.
He was wasted, all right.
They were living life, man. They were having a time up in there.
You know, and you guarantee you that's not the first time they done that.
With fucking in the RV or
the stolen
drugs?
vehicle. Yeah, like the whole thing. This is probably something they do all the time.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know anything about that life, so yeah, you're right. You don't get caught the first time, probably.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's go to the bonus round. You're 2 for 2.
I
ain't racist.
How can I be racist about anybody or
anything in my life?
How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to guess the race.
Gold chain wearing fried chicken and biscuit-eating monkey, ate baboon, big dive, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree
basketball dunking. All right, so this one, I think I do have the article video.
Okay.
I just gotta wait for the ad to finish.
No problem.
Woman charged with murder and stabbing of East Point McDonald's manager. So we got minimum wage and
guess the race.
And guess the race. Okay. Now normally I break these on Monday, but like I said, I don't have many articles, so we'll be playing this again for Keith tomorrow. All right, here is the article.
The McDonald's employee accused of stabbing and killing her manager was arraigned on first-degree murder charges this afternoon in East Point.
Police say the suspect was sent home from work after an argument. Then she returned with a knife and a mask. Gino Vici joins us live from the McDonald's location on 9 Mile in East Point with more on the charges the suspect is facing. Gino.
Well, that's right, Shayna, and hello to you, Terrence. Now, we learned from this arraignment, 26-year-old Afeni Mohammed admitted to police she returned to work with a mask, armed with a knife, and she also admitted to stabbing and killing her manager, 39-year-old Jennifer Harris.
Afeni Mohammed stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 9 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries.
Today, inside the 38th District Court in East Point, 26-year-old Afeni Badu Mohammed was arraigned on first-degree murder charges for stabbing and killing her manager, 39-year-old Jennifer Harris.
Prior to the stabbing, Mohammed was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back."
East Point police officers.
So it sounds like the manager's like, "You're not doing what you need to do at work. Go home before sending you home before your shift is over." And she was like, "Well, this is a murder now."
During their swear-to beforehand, revealed disturbing details about what appeared to be a planned killing.
Mohammed was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Mohammed admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle. When Mohammed returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
This is 100% like how you get death penalty or murder or life in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Premeditation,
right.
All that shit.
Second, at least second degree, possibly first. Cause
the fact that she went somewhere, thought about it, and came back.
Yeah, that's a lot of times. That's when they bump it up to number one, because they be like, "Bitch, you considered this."
Mm-hmm. More disturbing, Mohammed posted videos to social media saying she was fed up with her manager for repeatedly sending her home from work. Mohammed's defense attorney argued for a bond, which prompted a fiery response from the prosecutor, who pointed out Mohammed has a criminal history of stabbing.
The defendant does.
Oh, wow. Well, that's how you get hired at McDonald's these days. If you have an application and you don't fill that box with some type of violence, they're like, "You can't work here. You ain't ready for the streets." Here's my thing, though. Going on, if your manager sent you home early multiple times, I've worked fast food jobs, guys. It's always the employee's fault.
Yeah, because the last
they don't want to ever send you home if they don't have to.
One less body.
And they are understaffed like a motherfucker these days. They be having people in there that don't have, like, people that work fast food now, it's like, fam, unless it's Chick-fil-A, it's a fucking crapshoot.
True.
They don't have to be any of the things you see in the video when you enter the for the job. So, whew, she must have really been in there just like on her phone or something. I don't know.
Not paying attention.
She must have been like just streaming countdown.
Have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that.
That's enough information. All right, Karen, guess the race of Afeni Badu Mohammed.
Muslim.
That's not a race. That's a religion.
Black.
All right, Karen says black. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. She had that Jason mask ready. Black. I guess she wasn't appreciated. Dear Shiesty Black. Well, she wasn't gonna get an employee of the month that way. Black. Also, I wonder if when you're getting stabbed to death, are you like, oh, so now you care about the job? All right. The correct answer is black. Everyone got it. like as she's stabbing you, you like, this the type of initiative I wish you would have showed. You would have still had a job.
Right. If you worked as hard to do this as you did to kill me.
Yeah. Like, why couldn't you was on time for the murder. That's her.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I didn't know they let you wear wigs and or maybe when you're just in holding and shit or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's her. Sad story. A friend of mine in the group chat said, I don't be on TikTok like that. Okay, and so I don't know what the algorithm be showing everybody. Yeah, it's different for everybody, I guess.
That's different per person.
But she was very upset because she said on her TikTok there were people making videos defending this woman stabbing her manager.
Oh no!
Yeah,
what is wrong with people?
Trying to reduce it into like some like, hey, managers be tripping. And I was like, boy,
yeah, man, you can't stab them to death though.
We have fallen so far. We have fallen so far.
People trip all the time, but you can't go in the workplace and kill somebody and feel justified. Bitch, you going to jail.
Yeah, it's just we have really fallen far for content because that's not a reasonable thing to say or expect out of somebody.
Right. People get mad all the time.
Yeah, and I know it's not reasonable because none of y'all, all of us have had a manager we didn't like. Not all of us have murdered them in cold blood. So like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Right.
But it was, and it's two black people. The manager was black. So I don't even understand what that, like I guess your algorithm just gets wild the more you're on there. I haven't been on there, so I didn't know. All right. Last thing, sword ratchetness. We have to talk about it, everybody. So let's get into that. Sword ratchetness time.
County man facing aggravated assault charges after throwing a knife at officers. On Wednesday, deputies were serving a warrant in South Knox County on a man in violation of probation. Officers saw the suspect barricaded in a bedroom with a knife in hand. After refusing to drop the weapon, he reportedly threw the knife at deputies and then grabbed a bayonet and started waving it around.
What?
Eventually, deputies tased the man and got him to the ground, though he continued to resist.
Jesus.
Not the bayonet.
That man had all the bladed instruments up in that bitch.
Right.
He took it back. He's like, don't make me grab my cutlass too.
Right. He had a magic bag for real.
All right. Where's my rapier?
Oh, no.
All right, y'all. I got to get out of here and feed this tiny cauldron of rage her dinner before she goes upside my head or some shit.
I will not. I love you, baby.
That's not how it sounded before the show. This is just a snack. I'm like, we know. You think I have time to cook dinner before the... Yeah, all right, y'all. We'll talk to you later. Till next time. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Talk to you soon.